I'll say this, right? I'm a nobody. But it's like I've been seeing so many people asking Asian creators to speak up about the whole riots in LA and all these deportation things. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. Asian people, we support the country.
Delighted to have you once more, amazing viewer. I am bringing to you this compilation so that we can reason together. Once more, I bring to you a compilation of TikTok and Red Note videos for educational purposes. We are here to interact, to make a positive change in our society. So you might be wondering, how did we get here? Let me give you a quick background of the story. When the protests, riots, started concerning the mass deportation, the people who are affected the most were calling out black creators to speak on their behalf. But what did black people say? We are resting.
Now it's a humanitarian issue and we need to stick together. Well, we tried to do that before the election. People didn't want to do that. See, a lot of people don't want to take accountability for the choices that they made. And so now black people are not required to risk their health, wellness, and safety to save everybody else who didn't want to be saved. No, it doesn't work that way. Black folk, protect yourself and stay safe. Don't allow other people to guilt you into doing things that are going to take you away from your family. Don't do it. So while I do feel some empathy and compassion for what's happening, because I do think it's wrong that what the Trump administration is doing. However, I also told people that they were going to do it before the election. So what you don't get to do is to do whatever you want to do and then not feel your own consequences or want me to feel your consequences. Nah, it don't work that way. Black folk, stay out of this. It is not your battle to fight. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Trust me, stay out of it.
Then we had a black creator who took it on the internet and also said this.
Let's watch her video and then I will help answer her question.
I seen someone ask this question and it got me to thinking, you're right. Why haven't the Latin community called on the Asians that's in California to go out and march and help? Why is the call of action only to black people? I just really want to know, because they call themselves the model minority. So they supposed to be smarter, more educated. This is all per them. Why haven't y'all called on the Asians?
So since I'm an Asian American residing in the state of California, I think I can best answer this question. We, the model minority, as you state, the more educated one is always the more sensible one. We have been taught to learn common sense. We don't follow anybody. We were taught by our parents to think for ourselves. Now, I'm going to tell you more, but let me hand it over to my mother and she can explain to you in her native tongue why there hasn't been a call for action.
I wasn't trying to mislead anybody. I was just trying to make a joke. Okay. My mom, aka me, was trying to say that you cannot call upon the Asian community to go out there and riot because our parents sent us to America, one, to have a higher education, two, to be a productive member of society, and three, we respect law and order. You cannot get us to make a muck out of ourselves. Why? Because we came from a third world country. We recognized communism, we escaped war, and the United States of America provided us a second opportunity at life. So why in the world would we Asian people go destroy the one country that gave us the opportunity to thrive in life? To not only provide income for our family, to not only get an education, to open businesses, to have a home, a future here. It won't happen. We respect the United States of America and we respect law and order. Okay. And of course, if you ever see any Asians out there right now, it's because you get millennials who are indoctrined pretty much. And that was what happened and why we escaped war during Pol Pot and, the genocide and the entire history of why a lot of the Khmer people left Cambodia. Okay, so that is pretty much it. We have respect for law and order. We have respect for first our parents to go out there and make a muck of ourselves is to go out there and disrespect our parents who are God to us. So that will never happen.
Of course, that was her opinion, and it's yet to get worse, guys. I know that I have so many Asian followers right here, and if there's anything to clarify, kindly don't hesitate to comment in the comment section. But let's listen to the second opinion.
I'll say this, right? I'm a nobody. But it's like I've been seeing so many people asking Asian creators to speak up about the whole riots in LA and all these deportation things. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. Asian people, we support the country. We support the betterment of the country. We support that. So what is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals. It is honestly tiring, because here's the thing. We want the country to be better. We want the country to, if you did it legally, if you stand in line, if you paid the price, right? You paid the money and all that, you did all the process, the paperwork, all the stuff, which usually most Asian people do. Why would we care about someone jumping in line, crossing the border and all this stuff? Why should we, be happy about that? We're not really, this is the thing where we're not really dependent. Asian people aren't really dependent on, migrant labor, right? Not like other people. We're not really dependent on migrant labor. So we're not going to cry that the U.S. is pretty much backing what they promised. The U.S. promised, or this presidency promised, that they would deport illegal immigrants. They're doing that. Why are you crying? Why are you crying about it? This is the thing where, you see it, like these immigrants are waving the flags of other countries, burning down the flag of the U.S., and then you think Asian people want to support that? No, they want to stay away from that. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. That's the thing. Asian people want to, focus on themselves and their community and their country. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. So really, stop asking Asian influencers to speak up about it, because you won't like what they say. You won't like what they say. So really, it's better off that they do the content that they're doing, instead of, say things you don't like. Because here's the thing. Asian people don't want to focus on the negativity and, say what they're really thinking. Deport, right? Deport illegal immigrants. They are fine with it.
As controversial as his idea might seem, it's also brought in an aspect that I've been wondering of for a long time. So the US opened up its border to people. They came in. They were even taxed, There's tax for illegal immigrants. So they're recognized. They knew all along that they had illegal immigrants, and they were taxing them, And some are processing their documents. Some were in the process, of getting their citizenship, and they ended up being deported, and some are being threatened, to be deported. So what caught my attention was the fact that there are people, creators on TikTok, who are now saying, imagine your own country, imagine China in this situation right now that the US is in, and they are deporting people. Would you have the same thinking? Would you say that it's right what they're doing, or would you really say that they have the right, they don't have the right to deport people? So, and this was their response.
First of all, this kind of thing won't even happen in China because there's no illegal immigrants. Because the law here is strict. Everything we do according to the law. If the law is saying we're not immigration country, we're not trying to give you the access to go through the border. So our border control will be very professional to handle at the first hand. So there's no mess after that. Does that make sense? So what happened in America is like, you think the border control cannot stop people from entering America? No. They actually allowing people to go inside because they need more labor force. Who's going to do the dirty job? The illegal immigrants. And now when the country going through something, they bring them out to the front, blaming them. Do you think that's fair to the people who's going to America? And okay, basically, there's like for illegal immigrants, you think the U.S. cannot stop it? If China can stop people from entering the border, U.S. can do that too. The reason they're not stopping because they need this kind of people. And when there's something happens, things go too south, aiming them. They just say like, that's your fault. You illegal immigrants, get out of my country. Deportation, deportation, deportation. That's basically what it's just like everything happening in America right now. I mean, I know it's not my position to talk about. I'm talking from my experience. Like people always whining about, nobody try to be prepared for the future. Nobody try to get the system better. But every time there's things coming out, people just release all your fear, release all your, fury, like the emotions to each other, try to divide the whole society. We go to war to each other and we try to divide everybody. We destroy everything. That's a mentality. And for regular people, it's a hell. Regular people doesn't even got any options. People are confused. Like you allow those people come to America, having their family for so many years. If I understand, like for you to try to make things back to the right, but then you have to put your time and invest your effort. You're not like trying to arrest people right away. You don't even give people the choice. It's like those people to you are not, where's the human right? If you're allowing people go inside to your country, that's actually your fault. Because your system has a flaw. You allow people to go inside. And not because the system going through something, and now you try to blame them. Is their problem? No, it's your problem. It's the system's problem. Even if you try to take people out, do it with the regulation. Do it with the law. Do it with the process. You are not doing things, professionally. You are not doing things that you are not making sense. Everything in America is not making sense. Trust me, everything happening in America right now, people in China confused as hell. They think that's like a Chinese propaganda. Like everything happening in California right now, if you tell most people in China, people don't believe. That's America? Hell no, that's like a Chinese propaganda. You understand that? Because in China, everything's professional. That's what we're talking about. When you have people working in the government, they're professional. When you have people working, because if you don't give people the chance to go into your country, you don't have the following up problem. The problem is like, you think like, just spend less money or less time to military. Spend more money on your people. Like illegal immigrants, they were not illegal if you allow them to go inside freely. And now you're blaming them to become like illegal, and you can actually decide who's illegal or not.
As a legal immigrant, I want to tell you the line between legal and illegal is very easy to cross. For example, in Elon Musk's situation, when he was legally in the United States as a student holding F1 visa, and when he start to go to work, he break the law, he lose the status. He was an illegal alien staying in the United States. It's just that easy. But let's be honest, even today, it wouldn't be a problem, not because Elon Musk has a great potential, but because he has the right color, skin color. Any other people, when you become illegal, big danger. Like right now, you could be deported. Your family may not see you again. It's that easy when you don't have the right skin color.
It's not professional. It's just like kids playing. It's like a childish. I mean, everything in America right now is making the whole world laughing at you. That's all. Like I feel sad too. I have lots of friends in America too. I have lots of viewers as my friend from America. Our goal is try to bring people together. We're not trying to let people fight. Right? Does that make sense? Always reason behind the phenomenon. Always reason behind the reality. Go find a reason. Find solution. Still find a solution. Don't fight. You can argue, but don't fight. And don't compare China with America right now, because Our system is more professional than yours. I'm sorry, like usually I don't talk about who's better, but based on the things handling in America right now, not only China, lots of other countries better than the States right now. I'm being honest.
China's probably never gonna be an immigration country. So foreigners travel to China these days and they feel so welcoming. Chinese people are nice and kind. Yes, that's how hospitable we are. But if lots of foreigners try to immigrate to China, our attitudes are probably gonna change dramatically. 3 reasons. First, we value highly both on bloodline ties and cultural unity. Second, we believe harmony is precious. Overload immigrants from different countries and cultures are highly likely to disrupt it. We've already spent decades to managing 55 ethnic minorities to achieve social stability. Third, unless you are a top-tier talent or with some irreplaceable values, then don't forget we have 1.4 billion people. While you may sound just marry a Chinese girl or Chinese boy to get a green card, then good luck.
Bro, I'm trying to leave my room right now. This kind of comment keep me like sitting there replying. I will try to reply later when we come back from the live stream in Longmen Grottos. So yeah. China has never been an immigration country, and U.S. is designed to be immigration country. Have all the new talents come to China, come to United States. But in China, like we already have enough people. Like actually, to be honest, it's better to have like less people to go out, like more people to go out, so we have less population. So it won't be so crowded. But you know, if your country is never designed as an immigration country, like of course it's going to be negative. What are you talking about? Of course the number should be negative. Bro, but trust me, in the future, we're changing. If the policy is going to change, there will be more people coming. Trust me, now the Gen Z is coming. We will change the policy.
You know, one thing I love about this life, it's reality, because there's no way we can escape from the reality of life. Either your country is an immigration country or not, or either your country had immigrants and they're tired of them now. Anyway, the reality is the reality. And I felt that this video was really important in highlighting the realities around immigrants in either country, either China, US, Europe, wherever. This is the reality that we are all faced with. And that's why we have changes of policies, because the reality remains constant. You cannot change reality. So listen to this. Allow me to conclude this video with this clip.
I find this whole debate with immigration to be kind of absurd, because immigration is ultimately what's going to keep us ahead of everybody else. If you look at other countries like China, I guess our main competitor, their population isn't growing anymore. They don't have kids anymore. And you need kids to pay into the pension system. But when you don't have kids, there's no money going into the pension system. And eventually, your entire economy might collapse as a result of having no money in the system. You need kids to get tax money to pay for public works and services. It's an inevitability. Because America has immigrants, we will continually have new people paying into the system so that we can pay for pensions and services and all this other stuff. It assures the sustainability of our economy, actually. And I've heard people from other countries that are homogenous talk about how we're obsessed with race. But as soon as any immigrants show up in your communities, everyone freaks the fuck out. We were just dealing with it first. Trust me, these other economies, they want the population to grow. And if they allowed more immigration, it would help their economies. They know this. For some reason, the xenophobia is making people blinded to this economic reality of how immigration helps your country in the end. And then, yo, honestly, I've worked with immigrants and citizens in my, experience 25 years in the food service industry. And there's no question that immigrants work way harder than Americans in every job I've ever worked at. Like, that also is a preposterous idea that immigrants don't contribute to this country. It's completely wild. They pay taxes. They work way harder, especially compared to Gen Z Americans. And what makes America great is our diversity. It's what makes us amazing. So I think people need to see things in a little bigger way, because it's very small-minded thinking that's kind of causing all this chaos these days.